like, comment, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching.
You don't slip up, you scheme with precision. Every tear rehearsed like a stage television. Tongue like velvet, but the venom run deep. You harvest broken hearts just to help yourself sleep. You learned from a fraud how to bend every truth. Turn pain into currency, lies into proof. No mirror in the world ever scared you to change. You just learned how to angle it, twist it, rearrange. You don't want healing.
Her name is Regina. We're not gonna call her Holly no more. Her name is Regina. We're not gonna call her Holly no more.
She 38.
Her name is.
I ain't even finna hold y'all, but every single time that they do this on live, like they start, like they'll assign a new name to Holly on the live stream. I be screaming like, yo, they are so slow. Like, oh my God, like these people keep playing stupid games, and ultimately Citizen done won some stupid prizes. Why would you actually talk about the plan on the internet? Why? Oh, her name is Regina. We're not gonna call her Holly no more. And the fact that Velvet is actually doing that, is that because she knows that what they're doing right now is in direct violation of that court order? Is that, do y'all think that she had that type of forethought, or do y'all just think that she just thought this was cute or funny? I mean, either way, I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate it. Because going forward, anytime they say Regina now, we know who they talking about. Okay, thank you.
She 38.
Her name is
She in her
Regina.
40s. She
That
38.
bitch is.
She's 38.
I'm 28. She 38. If I was 38 and I saw a 28-year-old,
Exactly.
I'm not even about to play with.
Now that's what the hell I call a chain reaction.
Y'all peep that comment, right? The comment girls is already referring to Holly as Regina. You see how quick and easy this can snowball into aggravated stalking? Because as you can see, Citizen, aka Justice Senior Doe, got Velvet and Lena talking about Holly, giving her little, code names. But look at the comments, y'all. The comment girls, they getting in on it too.
If I was 38 and I saw a 28-year-old,
Exactly.
I'm not even about to play with that. Like, I'm 28. If I see a 20-year-old, 24-year-old, 26-year-old, I'm not even about to fuck with that. Like,
on her live and drag her.
I'm
That's what I'm about to
grown.
do. She needs to. She kicked me out though, y'all. She blocked me. So
Y'all see Kim's comment right there? She asked, how old is he? And that comment almost took me all the way out, because honestly, I didn't even pause to interject with my commentary about that particular comment. But it's funny because Citizen, aka Justice Senior Doe, is the same age as Holly. He 38 as well. So I don't know why these two birds sitting up here on Beyonce's internet acting like Holly's so old, she's an elderly woman. What I really stopped to comment on was, at my big age, if you are of legal age, right? You're not a minor, and you popping your sugar honey iced tea at me, and you want me to get in the field with you, guess what? I'm coming. Hold on, I'm coming. What? Stop playing with me. I don't care who it is. You 18, 21, 22, 27, 26. I don't care. You got mouth? Yeah, you can get it. You can get it. And I know Libby Lou in the comments like, oh my gosh, Medaya, that is so low vibrational. Guess what, Libby Lou? I listen, I'm very professional when I need to be, but I definitely could switch it up to be a hood booger whenever I need to be.
Focus
Like,
on her live and drag her.
I'm
That's what I'm about to
grown.
do. She needs to. She kicked me out though, y'all. She blocked me, so I don't know how we gonna do that. She's upset, stressed, and depressed, and she can listen all she want. She could have got this work when she didn't have to kick me out with her long head ass. But yeah, ain't no way that I'm hating on nobody younger, you know. And I just kind of feel like that's weird. It's really, really weird. It's awkward.
I ain't even finna hold y'all, but let's keep it a whole stack. What is there to hate on? Can somebody please put in the comments what there is to hate on Velvet or Lena about? Please let me know if you know. I really, really want to know the answer to that. In addition to that, they are the ones that sat here on Beyonce's internet. This live stream was about 2 hours, 3 hours long. And the whole time, all they've been doing is hating on Holly. But it's weird that she has a response and a rebuttal to all of the crazy sugar honey iced tea that y'all been talking. Like, Lena, is you cool? Like, for real. I'm serious. Like, are you okay?
Nobody younger, you know. And I just kind of feel like that's weird. It's really, really weird. It's awkward to me because a lot of older people on this app do that weird shit, and I don't know why. And it's like even like
Misery loves company. Especially because we're in a day and age where these older folks done had it so fucking hard in life and all that. These older folks done had it so fucking hard in life and all that. And this younger generation is getting a bag easy on the internet and all this shit. Sometimes.
Not her, y'all. Not her. Not Velvet, a.k.a. Nana G, a.k.a. Chiefess. Not her. I know she ain't sitting up here on Beyonce's internet talking about these older folks that have it so hard in life, and these younger people is getting the bag easy on the internet. Well, I want to know where your bag is at, ma'am. I really would like to know where your bag is at, because the last time that I checked, Holly is a business owner, and the dude's lap that you're sitting on needed Holly to lend him money in order for him to sustain his pockets. Make it make sense.
Internet and all this shit. Sometimes, for whatever reason, that shit get mixed up and misconstrued.
Can one of y'all go ahead and look up the definition of the word misconstrued for me? Because I don't believe that's an actual word. I think what she means is misconstrued. It would be so nice if these younger people learned how to pronounce these larger words, and read a book here and there so they could expand upon their vocabulary, so when they're in public or on Beyonce's internet, they don't sound like they just completely illiterate. She just said it gets all messed up and misconstrued. That's not a word, ma'am. But I promise you, she thinks she ate just now.
Shit get mixed up and misconstrued, and they be jealous and shit, and be wishing that they had it.
Wishing that they had what? Wishing that they had Section 8? Wishing that they had 3 different baby daddies? Wishing that they were on public assistance? Wishing that they were sitting on a man's lap who could care nothing about you, but he's currently using you to commit a crime and making you a co-conspirator, which could potentially lead to you facing actual criminal charges, and he's okay with that? Is that what they're jealous of and wishing that they had?
But that's neither here nor there. You're supposed to just have respect, period. Like, have respect, like, for people, have respect, like, for people, you know what I mean?
Citizen, you need to put an order of protection against her for talking about you on live every day. That's what you need to do.
Yeah, he should definitely listen to this law student for sure. Yeah, because they're going to grant him a protection order against Holly for simply speaking about her experience on Beyonce's internet. That's a definite. And never mind the fact that he has been violating the protection order that has been in place against him since January 2025. Never mind that. Just go down to the courthouse and let them know that you are here in person to file a protection order against the protected person that already has an active injunction against you. Okay? Yep, definitely. Roger that, Lena. I think he should get on that immediately.
Every day. That's what you need to do.
Misery loves company. She miserable, so she want to make everybody else miserable. But bitch, misery don't live here. So you come fucking with this, you gonna start being happy and won't, you feel me, be happy and shit. She don't want to be happy. She don't want to be saved. Don't save
On
her. But
daycare and
look,
she was saying F his
let her
kids.
play
That's
her
sick.
God.
On daycare
But
and
look,
she was saying F his
let her
kids.
play
That's
her God.
sick. That's sick. I promise you, the only reason why I'm gonna keep playing with her and I'm gonna keep bothering her is because I'm gonna show her that you don't have the type of pulls that I have. I'm gonna show you, bitch. I promise you, the only reason why I'm gonna keep playing with her and I'm gonna keep bothering her is because I'm gonna show her that you don't have the type of pulls that I have. I'm gonna show you, bitch. That's why I'm gonna keep fucking with you. Because I want you to understand that the pulls that you think you have and the things that you think you have, I would have it before you do. And I would show and prove to Bigo before you do, just for the fun of it.
You got the recording.
Y'all want to know something crazy? I have been waiting for Lena to really show the type of pull that she have. I have been waiting. Like, for instance, when Citizen, aka Justice Senior Doe, got arrested on January 6th, 2026 at 3 a.m. in the morning, the most that Lena did, as far as on Beyonce's internet, is like just, announce that she spoke to her brother and, he thought somebody was following him, but he's okay and yeah, he gonna be all right. Since then, she hasn't said not one word. Nothing. Nothing at all. Now, I ain't even finna hold y'all. Of course, they have now learned from their year of making the mistake and playing stupid games and winning ultimately stupid prizes. That is certain sugar honey iced tea that you don't say on Beyonce's internet because it may be used against you in a court of law, Miss Law Student. But I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting for her to show Beyonce's internet and all a beago, the type of pull she got.
Fucking with you, because I want you to understand that the pulls that you think you have and the things that you think you have, I would have it before you do, and I would show and prove to Bigo before you do, just for the fun of it.
You got the recording. You got the recording of what? Elithia, I don't know how to say her name. What you gotta send it to us. Send it to us. Send it to us.
Ooh, she said I got the recording. Okay, period.
I ain't even finna hold y'all, but why are they acting like a recording of someone saying fuck citizens' kids is a crime? Like, are they for real? Are they really? You know what? Fuck all of y'all kids. Fuck your kids, Velvet. Lena, fuck your kids. Citizen, fuck your kids too. Now what? What the fuck y'all gonna do? Yeah, and this is recorded. The fuck?
Send it to us.
Ooh, she said I got the recording. Okay, period. Hold on, y'all. Let me go get
Ain't
my
nobody
weed.
throwing
Hold on.
subliminals, Regina.
Hold on, y'all. Let me go get
Ain't
my
nobody
weed.
throwing
Hold on.
subliminals, Regina.
Okay, so now he's in her live stream, double beaggoing her. That's what they call it when they play the other person's live stream in their live and listening to Holly as she's speaking. And you hear Velvet, oh, listening to Regina. I would be so embarrassed. I would be so embarrassed that I am sitting on my man's lap, my man, and all he wants to do is tune in to his ex, who he claims he cannot stand, to listen to her talk about me. Like, it's giving an obsession. It's giving aggravated stalking. It's giving violation of a protection order.
Hold on, y'all. Let me go get
Ain't
my
nobody
weed.
throwing
Hold on.
subliminals, Regina.
Now, I hope that y'all been paying attention and y'all peep game. Citizen, aka Justice Senior Doe, went into Holly's live and did not turn the volume down before he entered. So therefore, we all heard Holly's voice and we all knew what was going on. But then Velvet went ahead and confirmed that they are double beagling Miss Regina. And I guess that's what he's talking to her about. Like, you can't say that. He knows what he's doing is illegal. And he knows all he wants to do is use Lena and Velvet as his puppets in this live stream. And trust and believe, he had many a puppets throughout the year to assist him in violating that court-ordered injunction. Just because they're not listed on the paperwork does not mean that they're not in the paperwork. Spoiler alert.
She's stressing herself out, bruh. She is literally stressing herself out. What is that, velvet?
And then listen, y'all. This is how you know she been watching me too much. She talking about something. All you do is sit over there and grind in your seat and smoke that stupid ass vape. Bitch, I don't even smoke vapes. What are you talking about? This is how you know you're watching me too hard, bro. You're sick. And I never seen you in my life. So that mean that you be one of the Beagle TVs watching me for like an hour or so. You fucking weirdo. You are a fucking weirdo. I get it. At first I tried.
She's a weirdo, Lena, but all three of y'all are right now double beagling her and got y'all volumes down or have headsets on so that the live can't hear her voice. But she weird. Okay.
I get it. At first, I tried to. All right, I'm be real, right? When she was going off on live, and I've never spoken to Citizen about it because it's not my business. This is not my place. But when she used to go off on live, I used to be like, maybe it's probably whatever they went through or whatever. I'm mind my business, yada yada. But then one time I went in her live, and she got the going on my ass. And I just left the live because I was high as fuck. And I'm like, okay, I don't feel like arguing. And I just left the live because I was high as fuck. And I'm like, okay, I don't feel like arguing. But today I'm high in a giggly moment. That's why I kept on trolling her in the comments. I don't know. That bitch is sick. She's fucking sick. I don't know. And I know she is so mad because Velvet a bad bitch. I know she mad as shit right now.
I don't understand why. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. Like, I'm gonna say my own. I'm gonna, say my own personal, journey. Right. I've been with a man. I gave him basically all of me. My womb is fucking priceless. When I walked away from that situation with my baby in my arms, ain't know how I was gonna take care of myself, the baby, none of that. Didn't have no place to go, no fucking shoes on my feet, no clothes to put on my baby.
Yo, I promise you, Velvet is like a professional victim. She be supersizing her damn, her situations all the time. Every single time she left Nature Boy, she either went to her mama house or her daddy house. And they took excellent care of Velvet and baby Eliana until Velvet decided to leave again and return to Eligio Bishop, aka Nature Boy, aka Chief, life in prison plus 10 years without the possibility of parole. Y'all, the craziest part about it is every time that Velvet left Carbonation, every single time, she had shoes on her feet, clothes on her back, and a couple of times they even packed her a bag lunch for her to leave. But see, she know that she can run this foolishness on Beagle because these people, many of them did not watch Carbonation as it was happening. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of the videos that were online are gone. So all I'm saying is Velvet is the master of putting 20 on 10.
Baby, none of that. Didn't have no place to go, no fucking shoes on my feet, no clothes to put on my baby back. When I walked away from that situation, I didn't want shit from that nigga. I was not like, oh, you need to give me this, and I didn't even want child support. That's how fucked up it was, bro. So I don't understand, like, how did this bitch Regina?
Now let's just be honest. Let's just keep it a whole stack. Eligio Bishop, aka Nature Boy, aka Chief, life in prison plus 10 years without the possibility of parole, was broke. Just like the dude's lap that you're sitting on right now. He was broke. He was living off of other people's money and online donations. And you knew that, Velvet. Because if you would have filed for child support, you already knew. You wasn't going to get sugar, honey, iced tea no way. So what's the point in filing? And another thing that just blows my mind is why does she keep on trying to compare her relationship with Nature Boy to the relationship that Citizen and Holly had? Nature Boy didn't have $5 to loan you. Holly loaned Citizen, aka Justice Senior Doe, $30,000. So you damn right she gonna continue to harp on it and, figure out how he gonna pay her money back. She is owed 30 grand. Nature Boy gave you beans and lentils, sweetie. Stop. How you like to say, you cannot compete where you don't compare? Stop competing where you don't compare, Velvet.
From that nigga. I was not like, oh, you need to give me this, and I didn't even want child support. That's how fucked up it was, bro. So I don't understand, like, this bitch Regina, she didn't lose not even half of what I lost when I walked away from my situation, and she over here
Again, here she goes with the comparison. What? She didn't lose not even half. What did Velvet lose when she left Nature Boy, y'all? What can somebody tell me what she lost when she left Nature Boy? Did she leave, a suitcase full of money? Did she leave a business? Did she leave a car? Man, did she leave her driver's license that she still ain't got? What did Velvet lose when she left Nature Boy?
when I walked away from my situation, and she over here spazzing out, rolling around, acting like a fucking roly-poly. I didn't give a fuck about none of that shit. I said you could keep all that shit. I don't give you could keep all that shit. I don't give you could keep all that shit. I don't give you could keep all that shit. I don't give.
Keep all of what? The shared clothes that you was sharing with all of the other women in the cult? Oh, your beads that your supporters purchased for you when you left Eligio Bishop, aka Nature Boy, aka Chief, life in prison, plus 10 years without the possibility of parole, and went back to New Orleans pretending that you were going to start a jewelry business? What sugar honey iced tea?
I said you could keep all that shit. I don't give a fuck if I bought you that. I don't care. As long as I got my peace and my dignity, then I'm good. I'm good. All that other shit is neither here nor there.
And that's how I feel.
This lady tried to. Never mind. I'm not gonna speak on it. But yeah.
I ain't even finna hold y'all, but she might as well had, went ahead and spoke on it. They've been talking about Holly for about 3.5 hours now. So she could have just went on ahead and she was on a roll. And the record button was, it was recording. So I was really like on the edge of my seat, like, what did this lady do? What does lady do? Y'all, if you haven't already hit that like button, please be sure to tap in. Please feed Mr. First name Alga, last name Rhythm. Also, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing today. Be sure to set your notifications to all so that you're notified when I go live or add new content. Now let's continue with the show, y'all. It gets better.
28.
Hey, 28. Oh, this Nature Boy. You used to go with Nature Boy.
They lying.
This is said in the comments. Ooh.
They lying.
This is said in the comments. Ooh. Ooh. She used to go with Nature Boy. Ooh.
No, I didn't.
That's what they just said, for real. In the comments.
That's what they said. What did I say?
Why are you mad? I just said what they said. They say his ex-wife. Oh, you his ex-wife.
Listen. People gonna say what they want.
They say that's her. Oops. They in Miami fighting. Who fighting, y'all? It's on YouTube. Don't get mad, girl.
I have mercy. No, I'm not mad. But I am his ex-wife. But I am his ex-wife. Congratulations to Nature Boy. Fuck. Hopefully he get another chance and opportunity with his slow ass. I just wanna not be trying to go to sleep like on Benadryl. You feel me? I don't like how niggas feel. But he want pretty more food. That's congratulations to OC. Congratulations to Citizen. Congratulations to Holly. The fuck? Let them people live their fucking life. Period.
So this is a completely different energy than the energy that she had on April 7th. I wonder what's going on. Like, huh? Why is she like, oh, congratulations to Citizen and congratulations to Holly. Let them live their effing life. Like, y'all see the comment, right? I would think that, the way that she was ride or die and, pumping up how, Citizen is taken. This is her man. And Holly is just crazy and all this other stuff, that she would kick and block that person. Not just simply say, okay, whatever, I don't care. Congratulations to them. I believe there was a little trouble in paradise, y'all. Now, that is just my observation, but what do y'all think?
We'll see. Congratulations to Citizen. Congratulations to Holly. The fuck? Let them people live their fucking life. Period. That's what people gonna do, live their life. But I tell you one motherfucking thing. Ain't nobody gonna come over here stepping on my toes. You feel me? Ain't nobody stepping on my toes. You can believe what the fuck you want. I honestly don't give a fuck what the fuck you believe. Period. Hey, light. I'ma still live my motherfucking life just like I was before all of these people showed up on the scene. Like, I came up with my son's name because his sperm donor was playing a video game. Because he's just a child in my mind. Like, he just fucking played a video game like a fucking child. Literally.
and they had a mage come across the screen, and then the TV said it, mage, but I wasn't looking at the game. But when they said the name, I was like, what the fuck is a mage? And at that point, I didn't know if he was a boy or not, but like that was the only name that stuck with me. When I looked up what mage meant, that was the only name that stuck with me, and I just named him that. Crazy, right?
2 days later.
Alright, sister, test.
I bet you, listen, if we did chocolate or whoever said that, I bet you she's gonna be like 60% Nigerian. Listen, she would not even have no ounce of percentage when it comes to Ghana type shit. The princess of
How
the
can you
frog.
tell?
No shit.
How can you tell?
Big bag. Cause a lot of time when Americans do the ancestry, you know, the whole thread or whatever, it'd be like Nigerian.
So what if you're wrong?
Nigerian.
So what if you're wrong?
Well, let's do it.
At this point, you are assuming.
Well, let's just
Pulling
do
the
it.
weight of the fathers of my children, that's the reality of my situation. You know what I mean? And it's not that I'm dwelling on it or I'm not over it or I don't forgive the situation or whatever the case may be. I just feel like the reality of my situation is that I take full responsibility for all three of my kids without the help of their fathers. The second child's father is in and out when he, like whatever. And at the end of the day, it's not my responsibility to make sure that he's doing his part. It's my responsibility to make sure I'm doing what I gotta do. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, ever since birth of all, well, Ellie too, but Ellie was, in her father's life for 2 years. However, I still had to make a way for her when he dropped the ball because of his own desires, especially running after his own desires, that severed the tie between him and Eliana. That had nothing to do with me. You feel me? When you make certain choices in life, these fathers make certain choices in life, they sever the relationship with their child because at the end of the day, these characters, regardless of who chose who, whatever the fuck, I don't give a fuck about none of that. The simple fact is, when you have certain characteristics that sabotage the lifespan of yourself and another, you're not an asset to the community. You're not. And you're constantly, the fathers of my children are constantly showing menace behavior. You understand? And I can't agree with that because that's not how I move. I like to have a peaceful life. I like to have a peaceful life. I don't like too much chaos. There is chaotic or whatever, but everybody has some level of chaos in their life. But I'm not on the deep end way. I'm not creating no bad situation for nobody that's in my life. You know what I mean? And to sabotage them to the point where they're losing their resources or losing their belongings and shit like that. That's not how I move. And because I have separated myself from the fathers of my children, they have gotten angry at the fact that I don't want to engage because they expect me to engage, and that's not how we move it. Once you show me that you're toxic to the point of no return, to the point of abuse, I won't be around and my children won't be around, and I will make sure of that. And you can try and fight all you want. The fathers of my children can try and fight all they want, but in the law of the state, in the eyes of the state, lawfully, I am a fit mother and have proven that multiple times. Even if I did make mistakes, who the fuck don't make mistakes as a parent? But what they can never, what the state can never see out of me is neglect of my children. Medically, I have all my paperwork, every aspect, you name it, even mentally. So yeah. And this is why I still, share my story and my life with other people, because there are moms out there that needs to know that you can do it. Like the fathers of my children were men who were trying to demean my self-worth and tell me that I wouldn't be able to make it without them. and that I should just settle for abuse because that was love. And yeah, that was somebody that I chose to be with, but still in all, who the fuck deserves to be treated like that? Like, at that point, I had to question if I loved myself for real or not. And I knew I loved myself because of the decisions that I made prior to getting in that relationship with them, and the accomplishments that I've made prior to getting into relationships with them. It was just something I need to dig a little bit deeper within myself to know my true self-worth, because there was, a part of low self-esteem there in me when I joined that cult, because telling you that it's a positive one when it's taking from you. All it's doing is taking from you. That's not love. Love is not beating you because you may think I don't understand you. Love is not forcing you to act in ways that you wouldn't act when you're by yourself. Love is not putting someone else on a pedestal higher than yourself to the point where you're neglecting your most basic needs. That is not love. It's not. And these are the same men who run around in society talking about, oh, the black woman doesn't love the black man. We're trying to break generational curses and all of this. No, these black women, like myself, I'm a black woman. I may be Creole mixed or whatever have you, but I love the black man. I have shown that. Every time I went back, I have shown that I love the black man, and I'm still with a black man. Do you understand me? Even if that black man was a little lighter skinned or whatever the fuck case may be, I've always been with a black man, and a lot of people try to make fun of this, but as a woman living in this world, in this big ass, cold ass world, I love the black man, and I want to see us rise as a people, as a melanated people. Fuck all that other shit. As a demographic of people, knowing our history, knowing certain things that we have stored in our.
I know a lot of y'all are watching this right now, and y'all are like, what is going on? And where is Velvet? Who is that? Harper, who is that? She's a peaceful person, and she wants to lead a peaceful life, and she wants to uplift the melanated community, knowing, the history of our people, all of this other sugar, honey, iced tea. Let me tell y'all what's going on. See, what happened was Velvet entered into the Supermoms contest. Yes, she entered into a competition for Supermoms. You can write a little blurb about yourself and share a little bit about your kids and why you feel you deserve to be Supermom of the Year. The grand prize, I believe, was $20,000 and a free trip to Palm Springs, California, as well as a photo shoot and be featured in Woman's World magazine. And so, in true Velvet fashion, here she is now doing an about face on Beyonce's internet to try to get what she wants. Because right now, what she's trying to do is get votes. So now she got to put on her innocent face and her soft baby voice so that people can say, oh my gosh, it would be so great if she won, and she's been through so much. So of course she gonna bash her baby daddies. She gonna talk about how she worked so hard. She gonna be very kind and she gonna keep it very demure. Nothing like we saw on April 7th. Nothing like it. But this is also a part of Velvet's pattern. She will give you her behind to kiss. And when she needs something, all of a sudden she's a totally different person. Velvet is very manipulative and, dare I say, narcissistic in her own right. But I know I probably let it go on too long because I know a lot of y'all was like confused, like, where is this conversation going and what's going on? I don't get it. She ain't talking about Holly. She ain't, none of it. Nah, she trying to see if she could win these people prize money. So she trying to act like she got the good sense God gave a goat. Okay? But y'all, let's go let's go ahead and continue to listen to her, run her best campaign possible for votes in this Supermom competition, which, by the way, is totally fraudulent. Totally fraudulent. If you guys ever see this contest, don't even bother to enter, because they give, I think, 2 free votes per day, and all of the other votes you have to pay for. So if you don't have people who are going to pay a lot of money to get more votes for you, it don't even make sense for you to be in it. And oh, spoiler alert, Velvet didn't win the competition. I guess the people at the Supermoms competition, the scam competition, saw right through her. You know what I'm saying? But let's get back. Let's get back to this conversation where she trying to act like she just, Mother Teresa. Okay?
I love the black man, and I want to see us rise as a people, as a melanated people. Fuck all that other shit. As a demographic of people, knowing our history, knowing certain things that we have stored in our DNA, in our blood, in our melanin. Yes, I want to see that rise. That needs to rise, because we face too many extremities on planet Earth, and then we're perpetuating it. So if I see a black man that I say I love and he's sabotaging me, thinking that he's becoming more powerful because all he's doing is taking from me, I'm gonna cut it off at the head, because that's what you're not gonna do. I'm not a black woman that's here for you to just take from and try to shit on or have had shitted on because you can't overcome the trauma that you've been through as a little boy. That has nothing to do with me, and I can't hold your hand when you going through that. I am not gonna allow any black man or condone any black man to abuse anyone around him, whether that's another man, woman, or child. I am not gonna allow any black man or condone any black man to abuse anyone around him, whether that's another man, woman, or child. Because just like a woman has her faults, so do men. And in the terms of me talking about my situation and what I've been through with the fathers of my children, those type of men have a false sense of empowerment. They think that they reign supreme because they have a penis or because they are melanated, and they have this God complex as if they are the end all be all, when that is not the case. And they have this God complex as if they are the end all be all, when that is not the case. So I'm gonna need you to humble.
Now hold on, y'all. Am I tripping? Because this don't seem like the same person that was just sitting on Citizen, aka Justice Senior Doe's lap 8 days ago, calling Regina, all types of bitches, degrading her and laughing while her little high weed smoking friend Lena, who has a lease and is not paying a mortgage, okay, was doing the same. Like, is she serious right now? Like, Beyonce's internet, is y'all memory that short? Like, if y'all, the people who buy into this sugar honey iced tea with Velvet, I'm sorry, I'm gonna say it, y'all deserve to be used.
No control anywhere else in the world as a black man. So I love the black man. The black man I'm with right now is the blackest man I've ever been with. He's blacker than Nature Boy, and Nature Boy is black as fuck. You understand me? I'm talking about a man from the motherland. You feel me? And that's just that on that. Like, there's no way that I don't deserve the blessing of loving on the black man, or the black man loving on me, and healing generational curses through however it looks, whether that's blended families or having our own family. Like, we're creating a new generation of people, and God wants it to be heaven on earth. This is a fulfillment that God said is going to come to pass, not me. The man that I'm with knows to cherish me because I am a literal gem. And the other men are mad and want to go ape shit nuts and do all this because they can't control the fact that they can no longer have a seat in my life. Because like I said, Once you show me, Nature Boy taught me that once I see one sign of abuse, now that I can see the pattern and I can identify it, you show me one sign of abuse, bro, that's it. Because we do not deserve, black women in the community, especially a black woman like myself. I'm a very good black woman. I do the best that I can. And if I can't do the best that I can, I try to work on it. So I deserve, the same amount of respect that I give a man, if I even give it to him, investing in your life. And somebody had a conversation with me and was like, do you believe that heaven on earth can exist? And I say, yeah. And they argued with me and told me, no, I don't think that can happen because of XYZ, and it's too much of this over here and it's too much of that over there. And I disagreed with that person because I know for a fact by a living testimony that the day that I was born.
Hey everyone, I have another great read. I didn't expect this book to resonate with me the way it did. It doesn't tell caregivers how to do things right. Instead, it understands the love, exhaustion, and quiet strength it takes to keep showing up. What struck me most is how real and relatable it feels. If caregiving has touched your life, this book is worth reading. Available now on Amazon.
Everything has been in alignment with my soul because I just naturally want to understand who God is and what God is not. So I'm always seeking God like in the midst. Even when I was in carbonation. Even when I was sitting there calling him the Messiah. It was always God there first, unveiling things, showing me things, revealing things to me, putting me through revelations, putting me through transformations. I made a pact with God that if at any moment, thank you for the gifts. Thank you. I made a pact with God that if I was the one to go through all of the hurt and pain to deliver my bloodline from whatever this is trying to yoke us and bound us to hell, I will be that person. And I consider myself a supermom because to know and be aware of the fact that you know that you're creating a whole nother nation of people. We're talking about generation. We're not talking about a family of 7, a family of 12. We're talking about a whole nation. My children are going to eventually branch off from me and be with other people. We need to make sure that anybody our children are in contact with, thank you for the gifts, who they meet along the way, just like I met you on Bigo, and then boom, there we are meeting in front of Walgreens out of nowhere, like, oh, I watch you on Bigo, oh, I know who you are, how you doing, girl? We need to make sure that our children are growing up with certain fundamental principles and morals that we teach them, and that we make it very plain and evident that you do not cross these boundaries as a soul because XYZ. And at that point, once we continue to repetitiously instill that mindset and those neurological patterns in our children, they'll eventually either do two things. They won't stray away from what you taught them, and they will follow the guideline and follow the blueprint, and they'll have their own experiences and stuff like that, no doubt, but they'll be equipped on their journeys of having those experiences to know how to deal with XYZ and go through it. But if they choose not to listen, this is the other side of that coin. Some children don't decide to listen to it, and they decide to go off on their own path, and then most times you gotta let them do it. And some parents want to hold on to the child like, no, you're my baby and you're gonna do what I say. You can't do that to your child. You have to let your child live. And that is what I respected about I'm talking a lot. That is what I admired about my dad so much, because my dad, he warned me and he made me aware of certain things, but what he never did was try to force me to be anybody. He never forced me to do anything that I didn't want to do. He allowed me to be me, even if I was
I ain't even finna hold y'all, but I can't take Velvet seriously when she gets to talking about her parents, because in one breath, she'll say that they were abusive, they were neglecting her, she didn't get all that she needed from them, and in another breath, she'll be singing their praises. So what I pay attention to is a person's actions. And based on over the years of watching Velvet and the rest of the cult members, one clear and concise observation of Velvet's parents that I have is that they were good, loving parents. They did the best that they could to take care of all of their children and steer them in the right direction. And I know some of y'all are like, well, that's what she's saying, Medaya. Yeah, in this live stream. But there's a reason why I'm pointing out the fact that Velvet actually goes back and forth on this subject. You'll see why in a second.
Me to do anything that I didn't want to do. He allowed me to be me, even if I was fucking up, even when he knew I was fucking up, even when I disrespected him, even when I lacked respect for myself. And then on top of all of that, he didn't judge me because he knew that I was a soul developing. Just like that is what I admired about my dad so much, because my dad, he warned me and he made me aware of certain things, but what he never did was try to force me to be anybody. He never forced me to do anything that I didn't want to do. He allowed me to be me, even if I was fucking up, even when he knew I was fucking up, even when I disrespected him, even when I lacked respect for myself. And then on top of all of that, he didn't judge me because he knew that I was a soul developing, just like every. Because I felt that I didn't have no other way to express the anger. And Chief gives me an outlet to express my anger. I just don't utilize it. No, when I was 15, I didn't. And or I didn't think that I didn't understand it. I didn't understand because I was drawing and I was singing and I was doing those things, but I wasn't utilizing those outlets for that reason.
I'm speaking in the room. You ain't got by nature on your name. You're getting blocked. I'm letting you know that right now.
So then, after I started screaming, he grabbed me by my shirt like really, really hard, and then he literally drug me out the house, and he put me in the car. As if my Babylon dad. My Babylon dad. I'm talking about the situation that I went through when I was 15. That was analogous to this time.
Hey, Dolo, get out the building, man.
When I was in Babylon, and what I remember in that situation was, through the universe, through the person, the universe was, as the person, and the person hit me up and threw me in the car like I was a psycho, like I was a maniac, and strapped me in without my consent, like just put me in the car, strapped me in, and told me that they was gonna take me to the crazy house because that's what
You're Babylon Pop.
Yeah, he did that to me.
You're Babylon Pop.
Yeah, he did that to me. And he felt like he was going to ride to the crazy house, and I remember I calmed down because of that, because I had watched my Babylon grandma going to the psychiatric ward, and I remember how the people was in there, and that's a place that I didn't want to be. So I had calmed down from that, and then it was all over. But eventually, as time went on, because I was just so angry, I wound up just running away from the situation, and that led me here. And now that I'm here, I'm continuing that same behavior as if it's helping me, and it's not. It's actually, I'm using it against myself and self-sabotaging it against myself. Now, as far as just going ham and just cutting my hair off, like I literally was just in that mode. Like I had no control, and it doesn't make me feel good that I didn't have control, because now I have to live with the results of what I did when I didn't have control.
In the fucking moment, man.
Self-control. Long story short, one of the people that was in the camp or whatever, he had came with lights. So he had gave everybody lights, and I was one of the people who he gave lights to. So that was another reason why I just cut my shit off. I was like, fuck all this shit. It was just that the fight put the cherry on top, if that makes sense. So
yeah, for sure. It was the last straw.
This is what he talking about. I didn't block you. She blocked you. Here we go. All right, Cindy, you ain't even gonna watch the conversation, so you talking shit. You're not even gonna be in that. You can unblock me on my cell phone. Look. You can unblock me and let me talk to my daughter myself. Look. I didn't block you. Come here, Eliana, real quick. I didn't block you, bro. So he talking through these phones, and y'all see me. I'm a stand-up guy, bro. I tell you right now, I don't have to block you, brother. Oh, he want to be childish. That's why she don't want to talk to you, because you was child. You just childish, bro. Eliana, can you come here, please? Did I block this man? I don't block people, bro. What would I block him for? Should I block you for that?
No, you didn't. I blocked you myself. I blocked you. No, you didn't. I blocked you myself. I blocked you.
Another avenue to contact you through.
I don't want to be in contact with him at all because I don't talk to him. I never did talk to him, and he just doing this just because he see me going through this or whatever. And that doesn't even say that he loved me because even in my up moments he would have been there for me, but he never had. Even when I wasn't in Babylon, the reason why I'm going through what I'm going through, it's not even because of him, but it has to do a lot to do with him. And he's my past self. I don't want to talk to my past. I'm trying to overcome my past self. All he wants to do is just come back to Babylon and do just what he's doing, and that's live under the government and be a cancer cell. And that's not what I want to do. I want to grow from that. And you see me going through my ups and my downs and my moments of overcoming my past self and genetic code that you passed on to me, and you want me to continue to vibrate to that frequency. So I don't want to talk to you. That's why I blocked you.
You seen a video of me slapping her with the baby.
We never even had that type of relationship.
Shut the room down, man. Shut it down. Yeah, Ron Soba, come back, please. Okay, back to you guys. See, you was talking about new relationship.
Yes. Moving forward, where I was at was I was saying, so yeah, when I had first felt vibes from her, we were making music together. That went really.
So you get here. What are some of the things you feel from childhood?
I just feel neglected.
Why? What happened?
I just felt that the way that he was portraying to the world, just like he's doing right now, like he loves me and he cares about me, I felt that he did that to me. I felt that, it was important times in our relationship because I was like technically the eldest of the children. And he always told me like you're my ace and made me feel like really good about myself. Like he, played the semantic of like I love you and so to speak, bribing. Like I always felt like he was bribing me into something because when I would ask him for something that I needed, it wasn't available, and it wasn't like I wanted it or anything. Like I actually needed it, and he was never available for that. And I just thought that as a child that when he did give me something like materialistic, it was more on a bribing tip to turn my mind or manipulate my mind, persuade me to go against my Babylon mind, because that's what my whole childhood revolved around, was the fact that him and her were fighting for custody over us, and he didn't want me to be with her, and she just wanted the situation to be okay where both of them had equal rights amongst the children, and it was always that type of situation. And as an adolescent as well, I had experienced just a lot of my Babylon mom had gave him money. She would give him a good amount of money, like a big chunk of money every month. And he totally, I don't even know what he did with it, but that was to help us. And we wound up didn't have an efficient living arrangement. You know what I'm saying? And that was a big problem for me because it's a lot of children. The children, parents in my community, in my high school, whatever, not even slightest of a sacrifice to make sure that their child is okay. Mentally, emotionally, physically, whatever may have you. I've seen children be starved, literally. I've seen children be beaten, literally. You see what I'm saying? I've seen children be emotionally neglected. I know what that is. I know what that looks like. And it's unfortunate in our community. And it's very...
Is she referring to that time she accused Solar of breaking Eliana's tooth? Because that was very unfortunate, based on the fact that the incident allegedly happened while she was with Solar and she stayed with him even after she claims he abused her and Nature Boy's daughter.
In our community, and it's very at a very high percentage, like it is, and it's unfortunate, but that's just the hood. You feel me? Like, that's just the hood. It's every man for themselves. Where I come from and many other places that's similar and relative, you know, to the upbringing that I've had in the hood, growing up in the hood, that's just what it is. Every man is for themselves. Your mama working so hard to put X, Y, Z together. So she barely got time to really function and connect with you emotionally. So you gotta go figure it out. Boom, you hit the street, you jump off the porch, you get in there with your friends or whatever. This might lead there, this might lead there. There's drugs everywhere, sex everywhere, illegal shit everywhere in the hood. This is what it's like. Nature Boy was from the fucking slums of New York. Nature Boy was from the fucking slums of New York. Yes, this nigga was fucking. This nigga's parents were doing drugs. Like, yes, this nigga was fucking. This nigga's parents were doing drugs, like hard drugs, like crack, cocaine, like meth, and snorting like all that shit. Them fucking rocks and shit, crackhead shit. Nature Boy was born from that shit. If my children never meet their fathers or never have a cordial relationship with their other parent, I will still forever be grateful for the fact that God has put me in a position, because of my due diligence and because of my faith, to take care of my children without the need of their fathers. Because that's some demonic shit. I don't want to accept money from nobody who do demonic shit or illegal shit. Y'all got me fucked up. I will be homeless like a motherfucker, not on child support and all that shit, before I just start accepting money from a nigga just because I feel like it's their responsibility to take care of their child. Bitch, God said high and God look low. If you're not taking care of your child, that don't have shit to do with me. That don't got shit to do with me. If you're not taking care of your child, I'm not gonna make that my problem. I'm just gonna do what I gotta do for my baby, as I was when we conceived her, as I knew I should. Like, get the fuck out of here. But women be going back and forth with that child support shit. Like, some cases, no doubt, child support be needed. But in some cases, bro, child support is a fucking trap. Just so they got niggas who will give a woman child support and be like, you know, I give you money every month, so I deserve a space in your life, and be trying to push up. Like, nigga, I said no. Nigga, I said back the fuck up. Nigga, I said no. These niggas be want to come try to live in your house and some more shit. Like, bitch, no. You can't drive my car, bitch. No. You can't sleep in my sheets that I bought from my bed and sleep on the mattress that I bought to put in this bitch that I'm paying the light bill and the fucking air conditioning and the motherfucking food that you eating. Bitch, go get a fucking career.
So let me get this straight. She thinks that if she goes out and gets a child support order on her baby daddies, they gonna have the right to move into her house, eat her food, drive the car that she does not have, and some more sugar honey iced tea. Ooh, Lord, Lord, Lord. Hopefully in due time, Velvet will mature to a space and a place where she realizes that getting an order for child support does not give your baby daddy an entitlement to your time, attention, your food, or the car that you do not own.
You eating, bitch, go get a fucking career. How about that? Like, I know a lot of people who continue to gripe on the fact that, oh, you're a single mom and that's your decision making, that's what you did to yourself, da 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 da. But the reality of the situation is, even though she made that decision, how is she responding to that decision that she made? Okay, she holding it down. How did the father respond to that decision that he made? Oh, he crashing out. He trying to physically abuse her. He trying to control her and do some more shit just for the sake of him having some type of strong arm in her life. Y'all gotta be for real. Like, these are real realities people going through. Like, these women be doing their best, trying their best, and here you come with this jealous, insecure ass dad trying to win custody because they just want to hurt you, because they want to see you hurting and miserable, because they can't control you because of whatever fucked up trauma that they going through. That's some sick ass shit. And most of these men who are like that hide it.
I'ma just keep it a whole stack. Baby daddy number 1 is doing life plus 10 years without the possibility of parole. So he cannot see his child unless Velvet decides to bring Eliana to the prison. Baby daddy number 2, he was a sneaky link, and also he was one of 3 other potential fathers who are all, by the way, related by blood. And once she got pregnant and he found out that Aviana was his child, he started to try to play a part. But as soon as Velvet heard that he was actually going to stay with his girlfriend that he was already with and get married to her, Velvet backed up from allowing him to spend time with and getting to build a relationship with that second child. And baby daddy number 3, Solar, aka Courtney, aka Sir Capilot, is a hobosexual, meaning he's homeless and he will sleep with whomever for a roof over his head. None of them can file for custody. Not near one of them. I mean, Avi's father could probably file for custody because, you know, he got a wife and stuff, you know, probably building a life with his new family. But Nature Boy and Solar, girl, bye. Like, I do realize that there are some women out there who, you know, the fathers of their child do try to gain custody of the child because they're bitter or because they want to make your life a living hell. But that's just not her situation. Like, girl, be for real.
Going through that's some sick ass shit. And most of these men who are like that hide it. I know a nigga who hid it for 4 years, for 2 years before getting with him. And I ain't find that shit out until later. And then by the time I found it out, I was escaping. It's some more shit. You feel me? Then entangled in the fact that, okay, a lot of these women who go through domestic violence, they all, you know, most of us have in common is the fact that the reason why we go back is because number one, our whole, if that woman has been through that, which I have been through, you know, emotional abuse and shit like that. So if a woman normalizes that, she's gonna trauma bond straight up. If she's not cognitively aware of the fact that she's normalizing abuse, she's going to go back. For me personally, it wasn't that I was normalizing the abuse at that point. I wanted to make sure that I wasn't tripping. Like, okay, I'm gonna give him another chance so that, you know, we can work this out for the sake of my child, our child. And this was something that he was saying also. We're gonna do this. We're gonna work it out for the child. XYZ, XYZ, XYZ. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna give it another chance, just for the sake of my child, just to say that I did it for my child. Because at that point, that's what it was. It had nothing to do with anything else. I'm talking about I done put all different kind of ideas on the table. Hey, I can be single. We can live in the same house. I'll have my own, you'll have your own, but you can do whatever the fuck you want. But I don't want to be involved. He didn't want that. He wanted me to invest and indulge in all of that extra shit, and I didn't have time for that. That's not a part of why I'm here. That's not a part of what I want to do in my life. I don't want to do those things. He didn't want to do that. You know, he shot down every suggestion, every idea I had, unless it was what he wanted me to do. And I was not going to do it. Absolutely not going to do it. And that's just the reality of certain people's situation. Like, some women actually get held hostage. I'm talking about a nigga will drag you all the way to a foreign country, you know, make it seem like he love you and care. You know, you give your husband your ID type shit. You know what I mean? Babe, hold my ID. I don't have no purse type shit. You know what I mean? Like, you trusting in your husband, somebody you marry, or you know, and then at that point, some women don't even want to marry these niggas. Some of these women are forced to marry. Literally forced to marry. You think these women are living their best life? No, these bitches are miserable as fuck.
Like, is she sitting up here on Beyonce's internet trying to act like she was forced to marry Eligio Bishop, aka Nature Boy, aka Chief Life in Prison, plus 10 years without the possibility of parole? Because this doesn't look like the face of a woman that's being forced, in my opinion. In my opinion, this looks like the face of a woman who believes that because they got married in that Vegas chapel on August 11th, 2020, that he was going to choose to be a monogamous man and not do polygamy anymore. You feel what I'm saying? I don't buy for 1 minute that Velvet was forced to marry Nature Boy. Do y'all believe it? Let me know in the comments, y'all. Also married on that fateful day in Las Vegas, Ephru, aka Kayla Buckner, and Caliber, aka Ishmael, Sheba, aka Kendra, and True, aka Aaron, Zoka, aka Jayon Marie Hamilton, and Solar, aka Courtney, aka Sir Capalot, who also, by the way, is Velvet's third baby daddy, as well as Sarian, aka Brianna, and Mente, aka Jacob. So all of these couples got married that day. So you ain't gonna sit up here and tell me that Velvet didn't feel like she had it in the bag, like she finally got him to choose monogamy. Because in her mind, she thinking, well, we all married now. We all under the covenant of, till death do us part and I do and whatnot. So I'm sure in her mind, she was thinking, yes, finally, he's going to be monogamous. But that ain't what happened. Okay? And I don't know. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, all of the couples that are standing there, with the exception of Velvet and Nature Boy, are still married. So yes, Velvet had a baby with a married man. Solar is still married to Zoka, y'all. And that's some crazy work, ain't it?
These women are living their best life. No, these bitches are miserable as fuck. Like, be for real. You know what I'm saying? But let's just hypothetically say she did choose to marry that man. Bro, he starts clicking out and switching up and crashing out. Yeah, I'm gonna want a divorce too, because at the end of the day, I didn't sign up for this shit, bitch. You put on one face and then put on another one later. We ain't got time for that. You wanted to do some shape shifting.
And that's exactly why I always say, when someone shows you who they are, you better believe them. Eligio Bishop, a.k.a. Nature Boy, a.k.a. Chief Life in Prison plus 10 years without the possibility of parole, showed Velvet and everyone else on Beyonce's internet exactly who he was all the time. So I don't know what she's talking about. He's shift-shifting and changing up. No. He was the same individual every single time she left him and went back. The reasoning she went back was because he would always dangle the carrot of monogamy in her face. And that would get her to board flights back to foreign countries, go back to Georgia, to Mama Cookie's house on multiple occasions. Mind you, whole time, he's still verbally, physically, mentally, and being spiritually abusive to her. But she gonna say he changing up. Ciao. And that's one way that I noticed that Velvet still has not gotten the much needed help that she needs to heal from the situation that she went through with Nature Boy. Because if she had gotten the necessary therapy to work through her issues, she would know that a lot of that back and forth was due to the fact that she had Stockholm syndrome and that she sympathized with her abuser. It's not that he made promises that he didn't hold up to. It's because you romanticized his abuse.
And put on another one later. We ain't got time for that. You wanted to do some shape-shifting shit. I don't have time for that. I don't have time for that. I don't give a fuck. Listen, JZZ, I didn't care if he wanted to be monogamous or polygamous. I just have boundaries and I had standards. I told him, if you want to be, and this is what wasn't recorded, you feel me, between us, and he wasn't gonna allow the public to see this, because he always has to be the one in control. He always has to have the upper hand. He always has to make it seem like it's his say so and that I'm going along with it. You feel me? But at the end of the day, I told Nature Boy, I said, look, if you want to be polygamous, all kudos to you, and you could do everything. I wish you well, but I will not. I will not. And he's like, why? And I gave him the reason why. I refuse to be around women that make me uncomfortable, that I'm sharing my house with. Because I'm bringing in bread too, by the way. I'm bringing in women. I'm bringing in women. You bringing in women. I didn't even have the choice to be around this woman. You wanted me to be around this woman. Fuck no, I don't want to be around her. And she's sitting there thinking that shit is cool.
So I'm a little confused here, because didn't she just say this?
I'm bringing in women. You bringing in.
So what was she bringing in the women for? If she didn't want to be with the women in a polygamous relationship, why was she recruiting women into the cult? Like, can somebody please explain to me? Because that doesn't make sense. She just said, I'm bringing in women, you bringing in women, but I don't want to be with any of the, like, that don't make sense to me. What was her purpose of bringing in these women into the cult, knowing that he was a polygamous man from the very beginning? Like, I don't understand, y'all. That is kind of strange to me. Can anybody, I'm asking for a friend, somebody drop it in the comments, because I think she lying again. Because if I'm not mistaken, and if my memory serves me correctly, before Velvet got pregnant and gave birth to baby Eliana, she was okay with polygamy. They were always in a polygamous relationship prior to them having their child together. Once she had his baby, she felt that she had some type of clout or authority and or control to make him choose monogamy versus polygamy.
I'm bringing in women. You bringing in women. I didn't even have the choice to be around this woman. You wanted me to be around this woman. Fuck no, I don't want to be around her. And she's sitting there thinking that shit is cool. And wanting to be cool. Bitch, I don't know you. You don't know me. Wanting to be cool. Bitch, I don't know you. You don't know me. It was so many times where I had.
So, hold up, y'all. Pause. How did she not know the women that she was recruiting into the cult? Like, was she, like, recruiting random women? And I still need to understand what the purpose of her bringing in women into carbonation was for.
Know you. You don't know me. It was so many times where I had thoughts of like, bro, what if these women like try to poison me one day or do some weird shit just because they want to be queen or some shit. Like, it was because they want to be queen or some shit. Like, it was.
Wait a minute. I thought she said she was never the queen of carbonation. So why was she worried about people doing anything to her? Because they wanted to be queen. Huh? What you say? Child. The two sides of her mouth that she talk out of.
Like, try to poison me one day or do some weird shit just because they want to be queen or some shit. Like, it was always that type of vibe. So I would be clicking out on them like, bro, like, why are y'all acting like this? This shit is weird to me. This shit is weird. I don't know what you're talking about, but no, that polygamous relationship was dangerous. Do you understand me? At any point, anything could have happened to my child. Fuck being monogamous, bitch. At this point, I want to be single. You feel me? He didn't want that. He wanted me to be polygamous, and I did not want that. I don't give a fuck about being polygamous or monogamous. I just want my independence, and I want my freedom away from you, nigga. I just want my independence, and I want my freedom away from you, nigga. Because this is not.
She must be talking past tense, wanting her independence and her freedom from Eligio Bishop, a.k.a. Nature Boy, a.k.a. Chief Life in Prison, plus 10 years without the possibility of parole. Because This live stream is from April 15th, 2025. And Nature Boy was sentenced on March 1st, 2024 to life plus 10 years without the possibility of parole. So I don't understand, but she is definitely probably talking past tense. But y'all peep game though. Like Holly is psycho, wrong, obsessed and going crazy because she's talking about her past experience with the dude Citizen, aka Justice Senior Doe, that Velvet is currently hunching on. Y'all, does that make any type of sense to y'all? Like, I cannot make this up, y'all. This is real. This is like straight from the horse's mouth. This is not AI. This is her over a year later after he is sentenced, still talking about her experience. By the way, I'm not saying that it's wrong. I'm just saying what's good for the goose is good for the gander. And on top of that, Holly doesn't have a court-ordered injunction against her. She can talk about her past experience without fear of legal ramifications. But they don't know, but they about to know.
Freedom away from you, nigga. Because this is not what I signed up for. This is not what I chose. This is not what I asked for. This is not my reality at this point. I'm being your shadow. And that's what I don't do. That's what I don't do. I'm not your shadow. I'm not your fucking puppet. I'm not a doormat. I'm not none of that shit. I'm Velvet G. I am an independent soul. I stand alone. I came in this bitch alone. I'm going out alone. You gonna respect me or get the fuck out my face. You feel me? Like I said, I gave him multiple options.
Now, I do want to highlight that comment. They say that is nowhere near what polygamy is, and that was a hot mess. It was more than a hot mess. It was absolutely disgusting. Eligio Bishop, a.k.a. Nature Boy, a.k.a. Chief Life in Prison plus 10 years without the possibility of parole, was not trying to have a polygamous relationship. He was just trying to have unlimited yussy. That's it. That's all. And as unfortunate as it is, Velvet continues to choose these narcissistic, abusive men. She chooses to ignore all of the red flags. There be flags all over the place, and she just walk around like they don't exist. Okay? And until she gets the necessary treatment and definitely starts doing the work to heal, she's going to continue this same pattern. And she's also going to continue to not take any accountability in the situation.
Like I said, I gave him multiple options. I even was willing to be cordial with this man and live on the same land as him. His focus wasn't where my focus was. See, I was willing to do that. I was willing to do that for my child. He wasn't willing to do that because he felt like he had better things to do than be there for his child. When he had 3 children before her and did the same shit to them. So God, it's not even me at this point giving.
Yes, he had 3 children prior to him and Velvet having Eliana. And Velvet knew that he was a not sugar honey iced tea father to the first 3 children that he had in his life. But I guess she thought that her baby was going to be different. Her baby was going to be treated special because it was her baby. Also, if I'm not mistaken, and my historians, y'all could correct me if I'm wrong, but if my memory serves me correctly, Velvet was actually a part of the camp when Eligio Bishop, a.k.a. Nature Boy, a.k.a. Chief Life in Prison, plus 10 years without the possibility of parole, kicked out his pregnant girlfriend, Pocahontas, who was pregnant with his child because she was hungry and she ate a pancake or a waffle. Y'all, let me know in the comments if y'all remember this. And that's a major, major red flag. Like, if he could do that to his baby mother-to-be, I mean, me personally, I'd be like, okay, yeah, something ain't right. But no, Velvet took it as her opportunity to be with him by herself. Because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, she was in a polygamous relationship with Nature Boy and Pocahontas at the time. Y'all let me know in the comments if I'm wrong about them being in the relationship. I know for a fact that she was there, but I can't recall correctly if it was a threesome at that time. Let me know.
When he had 3 children before her and did the same shit to them. So God, it's not even me at this point giving him a chance. It's God. God gave that nigga chance after chance after chance to stand up and be right. And he kept choosing wicked shit. He kept choosing to be evil. He kept choosing to snake all of us in the vicinity. He kept choosing to pit us against each other to the point where we don't like each other, or whatever the fucking case may be. Or we going through these little jealousy spells. Jealousy has never lived in my body. Jealousy has never lived in my body.
If that girl lies about the little stuff, you can almost bet money on the fact that when something big hits the fan, she gonna lie about that too. She gonna think she's so slick, she won't get caught because she been practicing with them little lies till they build up, and now she a pro.
He kept choosing to pit us against each other to the point where we don't like each other, or whatever the fucking case may be. Or we going through these little jealousy spells. Jealousy has never lived in my body. All of the people that's close to me know.
So I just have a question. If jealousy has never lived in her body, why did she say, or we going through these little jealousy spells? Y'all peep game. She included herself in that jealousy spell statement. She said, we. If she never had a jealous bone in her body, she would have said, or he would have them having these jealousy spells. Nah, she said we.
Has never lived in my body. All of the people that's close to me know what type of person I am. That shit never been a part of my blood because I know who I am. Way before that shit, I had a good understanding of who the fuck I was before I joined. After I left, I had an even more better understanding of who the fuck I was. So that's neither here nor there. I didn't have no low self-esteem in the fact of my strengths and weaknesses, knowing what I was capable of and knowing what I wasn't capable of. That's why I climbed the ladder in carbonation so fast, and everybody looked at me as queen so fast. That's why I climbed the ladder in carbonation so fast, and everybody looked at me as queen so fast. That wasn't my decision making.
I ain't even finna hold y'all, but did she just actually really fix her mouth to say that she climbed the ladder so fast at carbonation? Like, did she not realize that there was really no ladder, that she was actually in a cult and she had a baby by a cult leader? And like, oh my gosh. Oh, y'all. 2025 and Velvet really, like, that's not a flex, boo. That is not a flex that Lehio Bishop, aka Nature Boy, aka Chief, life in prison, plus 10 years without the possibility of parole, got into your head so bad that he made you believe that, like, carbonation was like a kingdom or a country or some type of like Fortune 500. Girl, y'all was homeless most of the time. Like, this is how you know she has not been doing the work. Carbonation wasn't sugar, honey, iced tea. They didn't even grow their own food. They didn't even purify their water. Like, they lived in Airbnbs, y'all. Like, oh my God. Y'all, be sure to hit that like button if you haven't done so already. Let's get back. Because I couldn't believe she just fixed her mouth to say that. That's wild.
Everybody looked at me as queen so fast. That wasn't my decision making. That was just naturally happening because I'm going to always be about my shit. I'm always going to stand up, and I'm going to, you feel me? Like, even when I'm wrong, even when I may not be doing the right thing, I'm still going to push through that shit and figure it out. And I'm not going to let that shit take me down. And that's just that. Like, that's just that. But that shit was weird. People keep trying to say the fact that, oh, you just didn't want him to be monogamous. I really don't give a fuck. I really don't. I really don't give a fuck. I really don't. Because that's not my penis, that's not my body, that's not my mind, that's not my soul. All I know is I'm going to do what I want to do, and you're not going to force me to do what you want me to do. And that's why it was always physically violent between us, because he wanted me to bow down. He wanted me to accept polygamy when I wouldn't, when I didn't, when I couldn't. My literal soul literally couldn't. And if I did, then that meant that by the time, remember when I left and he had those women hitting each other and all that shit, that never happened when I was there. Remember when I left and he had those women hitting each other and all that shit, that never happened when I was there. I may have fought a couple of them because, bitch, you're not gonna disrespect me. That's what we're not gonna do. When I'm sharing my whole dick with you, I'm sharing my whole dick with you, my whole food, my whole plate of food, my fucking whole house, like all that shit. Like, bitch, you got me fucked up. And you wearing my clothes and my jewelry and like, you got me fucked up. Like, speak for myself. I cannot speak for another woman and what she has going on. I am a whole vibe alone by myself. And when I was by myself, before I was polygamous, I was doing my fucking thing. That's why y'all know me. That's what y'all know of me. Velvet always going live. She's always talking about da 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 da. And then at one point, because I went through that, my voice was silenced. Like, my voice was silenced.
Now, do y'all think that Velvet actually realizes that she has been party to trying to assist the current man she's hunching on to silence his ex, Holly? Do y'all think she realizes that? Or is it that only her voice matters? Because y'all know Velvet is the victim of all victims. Like, her DV is worse than any other DV victim in the world. You know what I'm saying? Ciao.
Because I went through that, my voice was silenced. Like, my voice was silenced because it didn't even feel right anymore to talk about whatever I had on my heart or on my mind, because at that point I knew that people wouldn't understand me because of what I went through. But now I'm at the place where I'm just like, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I really don't. Because nobody's living my life for me. Nobody's living my life for me, and nobody's taking care of my kids. Shout out to everybody who do contribute though. Like Ellie's birthday, when everybody bought her gifts, and sometimes y'all be coming through buying gifts and stuff like that, when you know the people that's close to me that know, you know what I mean. So shout out to y'all, and I'm grateful for that, because I needed that at the time, because I am doing this shit all by myself. I really am doing all this shit by myself. I don't give a fuck. I'm at a point in my life where I don't care what decision I made. I'm at a point in my life where I don't care what decision I made bad, because the decisions that I'm making right now is changing my whole fucking life around. And not only that, the decisions that I did make when I was younger, that when I was younger, that may not necessarily.
Now, she gonna try to sit up here and act like the decisions she made when she was younger. Let me remind y'all that Solar's son at this point in time of this live stream is only 1 year old. Mage was born October 2023. So he was 1 year old and about to be 2 again in October 2025, right? So younger where? You was making bad decisions about 2 years ago, and currently in the current relationship that you in with Citizen, aka Justice Senior, though, you making the same bad choices, helping a man violate an injunction, helping a man commit aggravated stalking. But according to her, she was making bad decisions when she was younger.
Make when I was younger, that may not necessarily have looked the greatest or been the most right or whatever the case may be, it's still serving me. Man, I got wisdom to teach my daughters. I don't give a fuck about no mistake. Everything happens for a reason. I got mad wisdom right now that I can pass on to this generation, bro. I'm good. We're good. And I'm not gonna allow people to come into my life and sabotage that. I got too much to lose. My babies, I'm the only person that my babies are dependent on. Literally. They can't depend on anybody else to be there for them. You feel me? So fuck all that. And one thing I vowed myself when I was younger, when I was like, I want kids, I always told myself that when I start having kids or when I have kids, children, I'm gonna make sure that they experience a childhood that I never had. Because I know how it feels. I know how it feels. And I don't want my children to experience that. I don't want my children to experience emotional neglect. I don't want my children to experience, and they have to some degree, because I've had to neglect them in certain areas to get my shit together because they dads just walked away just because they wanted to fuck on some other pussy and disrespect me at the same time. Bro, that's really fucking diabolical. Like, you could have went still fucked on that pussy.
Again, she takes no accountability for getting with Eligio Bishop, aka Nature Boy, aka Chief, life in prison, plus 10 years without the possibility of parole, which she already saw the red flags before she even got with him. Because when she got to Carbonation, she didn't even go there for Nature Boy. She went there to be with Omac. And then Aviana's dad, she was sleeping with 3 of his family members. Did she really expect him to be like, oh, let's go ahead and create this family and, I'll help you with your first child and stick around and raise my child? No, and he was already in a relationship on top of that. Girl. And then she goes and deals with Solar. She goes and has a whole baby with Solar. Like, what did she... No accountability taken, though. No accountability for her spreading her legs and also getting pregnant by these men, because there is such a thing called contraceptives and birth control. I really hope for her daughter's sake that some of this so-called wisdom that she claims she has includes teaching them abstinence and also to protect themselves, because it's not just babies that you could lay down and get up with. You know what I'm saying? Y'all get what I'm saying, right? Like, it's men and women laying down with all these different people and getting up with the house in Virginia. So I just hope that her wisdom has kind of, gave her that so she could drop those gems on her children.
That's really fucking diabolical. Like, you could have went still fucked on that pussy while respecting me. But see, that would have meant for them that they were gonna have to, stand before, behind. They were gonna have to stand in a position in my life that meant, like, you can't cross this boundary. And they wanted to cross boundaries. They wanted to...
Cha 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 umana clock it. Clock it. Clock that tea.
Like, you can't cross this boundary. And they wanted to cross boundaries. They wanted to, do all this extra shit in my life, and I'm not going for that shit. It was many a times where I had to be in the presence of these men and use their knowledge on them, use their own game on them, saying shit I knew I wasn't supposed to say, doing shit I knew I wasn't supposed to do, just so that I can have the upper hand, just so that I can, you know what I'm saying, outsmart them. It takes fucking psychological work to be able to play somebody at their own game and then win. It takes fucking psychological work to be able to play somebody at their own game and then win. Do you know how...
Okay, so I guess what she's trying to say is that she keeps playing these stupid games and winning these stupid prizes, but she won. Okay.
To play somebody at their own game and then win. Do you know how fucking hurt these men are because I won? How fucking hurt these men are because I won? I won the game that they was trying to play with me. I won the game that they was trying to play with me, and I only won because I know the right thing to do. And the for me, and I only won because I know the right thing to do. And the fact that
You sure about that? You sure about that? You sure about that?
with me, and I only won because I know the right thing to do. And the fact that you're using you're using the wrong thing to try to get me to do the wrong thing. Bro, I'm gonna use the wrong thing to get my situation, myself out of this situation so I can go fucking do the right thing. Bro, I'm gonna use the wrong thing to get my situation, myself out of this situation so I can go fucking do the right thing. Because at that point,
And then like it's like right, like you know, but at the same time I don't know, because then sometimes it's like I like, you know, like you go and then
talking like, bro, I know I talk and I could talk, but I really am making a point. Like, there are other women who are going through this, and it's not their fault. It's not their fault that they're going through this. They may have not had guidance in certain areas, but when they had that experience, when they went through that experience with their baby father or whatever they went through, if they were aware of their situation and actually apply, wisdom that came from those experiences along the way, a lot to their life along the way, I bet you see growth. If they were aware of their situation and actually apply, wisdom that came from those experiences along the way, a lot to their life along the way, I bet you see growth. I bet you see that.
So she's saying this, and she's like 3 baby daddies in. So my question is, what did she apply? What wisdom did she apply from baby daddy number 1 to baby daddy number 2, and then from baby daddy number 1 and 2 to baby daddy number 3? Can anybody has anybody noticed any application of any of the lessons that she supposedly learned and experienced growth being applied from Velvet? Anybody?
Way, I bet you see growth. I bet you see that woman is not who she used to be. I bet you see that woman standing 10 toes down on everything that she coming for. I bet you ain't nobody getting in that lady way. She bulldozing every fucking thing, because the last time she checked, lack was not her portion. She may have had to go through some shit to get somewhere and understand certain things about herself and people around her, or the world rather, to be as smart and intelligent as she is right now. Like, she not taking nobody's shit. One of them women, she's not taking nobody's shit. And if a motherfucker come into her life thinking that they gonna play with her, she clocking it every single time. And if that nigga even try, God can come from out the sky himself. That's the type of ranking I'm talking about. I don't know which.
Girl, I love you. Hey, it's a Ronnie. Just in case you never know. Just in case you never know. Hey, love you, girl. Do you feel the same? I don't wanna play games. No games. You're the only one that can out my flame. Baby, just play it straight. No games. We've been together 6 months now. The most perfect days. You push for us to exchange vows. Made me change my ways. I gave my life over to you.
Come from out the sky himself. That's the type of ranking I'm talking about. I don't know what y'all be talking about. I don't know what reality y'all live in. But yeah, women who are standing in their power against narcissistic abuse, verbal abuse, physical abuse, all that shit, spiritual abuse, those are some strong fucking women. And those are the women that we need in counsel. Those are the women that we need to call upon in our community when we need to fix some shit around here. Because those type of women have visions. Those type of women are accomplishing things, even if it may look small, even if it may not be exactly what you expect or exactly what you think. Baby, she is making shit move. She is literally moving mountains, especially for her kids. So shout out to all the super moms. Shout out to all the super moms out there who choose to continue to do it in the face of adversity, in the face of struggle, in the face of neglect. Shout out to you, because one day you're gonna have your break and you have to keep your faith. The last shall be first and the first shall be last. You have to keep your faith, because everybody's heaven on earth looks different. As long as you keep your faith in your situation with God, you put God first, you seek God, you seek the kingdom of God.
You don't slip up, you scheme with precision. Every tear rehearsed like a stage television. Tongue like velvet, but the venom run deep. You harvest broken hearts just to help yourself sleep. You learned from a fraud how to bend every truth. Turn pain into currency, lies into proof. No mirror in the world ever scared you to change. You just learned how to angle it, twist it, rearrange. You don't want healing, you worship control. Feeding off sympathy, starving your soul. Every new circle you enter the same. Charm them, drain them, then burn down their name. Black heart gospel, preaching your lies. Smoke in your voice, poison in your eyes. You pull on heartstrings, play them like strings, then act like the wreckage ain't none of your things. Every step you take, leave ashes behind. Every truth you touch gets buried in time. You built your throne out of blame and deceit. Now the whole world see the rot underneath. You weaponize tears like a knife in the dark, smiling while carving your name in the scar. Every sorry you whisper dissolves in the air, 'cause remorse never lived in the bones that you wear. You followed a false god and swallowed his script. Now the lies in your bloodstream, the mask never slips. But the crowd you once fooled see the pattern too clear. Every trail that you leave just confirms why they steer. No growth, no truth, no soul to repair. Just echoes of people you emptied out there. And the hate that surrounds you ain't sudden or new. It's the bill for the damage that followed from you. You can't outrun shadows that answer your name. Every burned bridge still whisper the same. Truth don't break, it waits in the dark till the lies fall apart and expose who you are. Black heart gospel, preaching your lies. Smoke in your voice, poison in your eyes. You pull on heartstrings, play them like strings, then act like the wreckage ain't none of your things. Every step you take, leave ashes behind. Every truth you touch gets buried in time. You built your throne out of blame and deceit. Now the whole world see the rot underneath. You don't slip up, you scheme with precision. Every tear rehearsed like a stage television. Tongue like velvet, but the venom run deep. You harvest broken hearts just to help yourself sleep. You learned from a fraud how to bend every truth, turn pain into currency, lies into proof. No mirror in the world ever scared you to change. You just learned how to angle it, twist it, rearrange. You don't want healing, you worship control, feeding off sympathy, starving your soul. Every new circle you enter the same. Charm them, drain them, then burn down their name. Black heart gospel, preaching your lies, smoke in your voice, poison in your eyes. You pull on heartstrings, play them like strings, then act like the wreckage ain't none of your things. Every step you take, leave ashes behind. Every truth you touch gets buried in time. You built your throne out of blame and deceit. Now the whole world see the rot underneath. You weaponize tears like a knife in the dark, smiling while carving your name in the scar. Every sorry you whisper dissolves in the air, 'cause remorse never lived in the bones that you wear. You followed a false god and swallowed his script. Now the lies in your bloodstream, the mask never slips. But the crowd you once fooled see the pattern too clear. Every trail that you leave just confirms why they steer. No growth, no truth, no soul to repair, just echoes of people you emptied out there. And the hate that surrounds you ain't sudden or new. It's the bill for the damage that followed from you. You can't outrun shadows that answer your name. Every burned bridge still whisper the same. Truth don't break, it waits in the dark till the lies fall apart and expose who you are. Black heart gospel, preaching your lies, smoke in your voice, poison in your eyes. You pull on heartstrings, play them like strings, then act like the wreckage ain't none of your things. Every step you take, leave ashes behind. Every truth you touch gets buried in time. You built your throne out of blame and deceit. Now the world see the rot underneath.